Okay, hi guys, this is Dr. Lou for Dr. Lou's Low Carb Diets. Now, what are we doing today? Another snack review. So let's have a look. Who have we got today? Well, this is a little tasty treat from Quest. So the last Quest one that I did pushed me right out of ketosis. I'm not sure as to why, so we're doing another one. Now, we know that obviously, you can track everything you eat. Today, I've eaten eggs for breakfast with butter, 0 carb. I've eaten eggs for lunch with some meat, and at the same time, there was a little bit of vegetable included, very small amount of carbs, some obviously tiny amount of milk in my tea. We're talking about as well dinner being pretty much similar vegetable with some meat, green leafy vegetable, and not anything else but eggs with it. So basically, it's very low carb. We're talking about maybe cumulatively included everything. Oh, probably talking maybe under 10 grams. That's lucky because this is a 4-gram bar, it says. Now, I'm going to go through this, okay, and we're going to then find out obviously how it tastes, texture, the smell. Is it good for the diet with a check on the ketone production? And we're going to obviously see if this Quest is going to be able to ensure I don't get kicked out again. If I do get kicked out, I'm going to mention it. So hopefully it doesn't kick me out of ketosis again. Very debatable. This will be the check because I've not had a huge amount of carbs today, meaning it should never push me out. If it does, it's definitely not suitable for the low carb diet. It is essentially a protein bar. So even though the ingredients do look pretty good, it doesn't mean it can suit us. And this will definitely tell us as well. I will continue with a few other Quest products as well to see if that still happens. Hopefully it doesn't. I mean, it could have just been a one-off. So let's just see if this is cool. So this Quest bar is a chocolate chip cookie dough. Everyone loves cookie dough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this up on the screen so we can have a look at all the information on it, on this bar, go through it, have a quick discussion on the sweeteners, and then see, obviously, the taste test, texture, and smell. So let me throw on the screen here for you the information. Okay, guys, so you should see the bar down here. So again, it's a Quest protein bar. It doesn't actually state it's for exactly ketone or ketogenic diets, but you can see that it does say 4 grams net carb. So that's as good as stated anyway. It's a 1 gram sugar per bar and 21 grams of protein. Pretty high in protein, fantastic again if you're doing some weights or anything. Chocolate chip cookie dough flavored with other natural flavor. Oh, isn't that lovely for Japanese day? And it's a 60-gram weight bar, so it's quite heavy, it's quite dense. Let's have a look here. We then want to jump on. Again, you can see the packaging is quite premium. It's pretty nice, nice foil wrapped. Now, whole idea is we want to understand what's in this. Here we go. So the ingredients are here. We can see we have a protein blend, which is, mixing all these here in the parentheses. Milk, protein isolate, whey, protein isolate, and then you have polydextrose, and it tells you it's a prebiotic fiber. It's a synthetic man-made fiber. Yeah, so it sounds like clothing right now, but the fiber that obviously you consume. So you have almonds, water, sweetened chocolate, erythritol, glycerin, cocoa butter, contains less than 2% of the following natural flavors: sea salt. You have lecithin, sunflower and or soy, lecithin, stevia sweetener. Stevia sweetener. I don't know what's going on today with pronunciation. And sucralose. So we also have here, it contains milk, almonds, and soy. Tells us processed in a facility that also processes peanuts, wheat, and other tree nuts. That's your allergy information. So obviously beware if you have any allergy towards these. Now, why is this important? Well, we're going to see again on the next page, we're going to look at the nutrition information or nutrition facts, and the nutritional information. We're going to go through and see why there's obviously something not adding up on the carbohydrate side. So here, what I want you to remember is you have obviously some milk. You have milk protein, could be a possible candidate there. The sweetener is erythritol and sucralose, but also you can see here you have like sweetened chocolate, you have cocoa butter, and you have a few other bits and pieces in there that could be quite important for the next page. Also, it says it has a bioengineered element. Obviously, it's the soy. So that's the problem that actually happened. And this is why you have to be very careful when you bioengineer certain, crops. Why? Because you might grow them there, but if they're not entirely isolated from, the ecosystem, they'll spread. And so you don't know which is then blended and mixed with, other crops and so on and so forth. So it's a bit of a bad idea. Went a bit array, hectic in the USA, I believe, and now it's pretty much put on everything with soy because they're not quite sure. Okay, so nutrition facts. We have total fat of 9 grams, saturated fat 2.5 grams, trans fat 0, fantastic. That's the only one you really want to worry about. It is debatable about the other fats, but again, not so important to discuss as our body will burn most of the fats quite efficiently in the diet. That's not the one that we are concerned with. If you want to know more about all the different types of fat and what's good and what is seen as negative, then you can go to my other channel and look at all the myth-busting science and things about all different types of fats and proteins and salt, MSG, all of these, and I'm kind of questioning, why is it bad? Are they bad for me? What's wrong with them? Etc. like that, and that will help you understand the information. Cholesterol, 5 milligrams. Again, hyped up as a baddie. If you know the true facts, you know the big number one problem is white refined sugar, any refined carbs, basically, because they're not natural and they hit our system in a very humid. Sodium at 220 milligrams, again, totally fine. Sodium is vital for our body, and only obviously with like other things consumed in huge amounts will cause problems for our body. Total carb, 22 grams. So of that, we have fiber, which is 12 grams, things that we can't digest. Total sugar, 1 gram. That's going straight on your blood sugar. You have 0 added sugars. Cool, that's fantastic. That's what we want to see. And you have sugar alcohols of 6 grams. Now, this is the interesting thing. You see that's 19 grams. We're missing 3 grams. Now, those 3 grams are what I mentioned earlier. You will get some type of carbohydrate present in either flour or some other type of starch. Most likely it's as well in cocoa and stuff like that. So anything that has cocoa or starch in it, that's probably making up the, or accounting for the other part, 3 grams, that is, or they are missing. So the whole idea is that we understand, yes, if you don't be confused, because it's not perfect in how sometimes they do things. Other labels account for everything, some labels don't, okay? Now, again, this is as well to do that sometimes you'll notice they're made in a different country. If it's a different country, it's their rules, their way. Tough luck for us. So, looking at this, again, you have a protein of 21 grams. Fantastic. Vitamin D there, you've got calcium, you've got iron, you've got potassium. They're all listed there. Minimal impact. As I said before, you should be really taking it. It's a mineral supplement on this diet, possibly a vitamin C supplement, such as an effervescent 1,000 milligram vitamin C tablet, which has a sweetener, no sugar. Usually, I use the one from Tesco. So Tesco's effervescent tablets with sweetener. You can obviously buy it from anywhere. So would I, as whichever's got a good product and that does the job. Now, that's all the information on this bar. So what we're going to do now is go for the taste test. So let's jump back down so I can see you all. Fantastic. There we go. So without further ado, the awesome Quest bar. Now, this crash bar is actually quite handy for me actually at the moment, because what I've been doing is I've been waking up and headed down to the gym, and I've done a 20-minute fast walk with a 1-minute run at the end. Now, you're probably wondering why. Not because it's just easy, but because the best way to run is if you, as I develop, I will do this as well. You run at the beginning and the end. So what does that mean? So if you run at the beginning, that heightens your metabolism and continues to, run, and it continues to keep your metabolism quite high because you've reached quite a high peak through that 1 minute or 2 minutes of running. Then when you're doing your fast walk, it continues to burn fat at a higher pace because your metabolism has been right up. And then when you come near to the end, when your metabolism is stabling out for a long period of that fast walk, you run again for a minute or 2 minutes at the end, and it shoots back up again. Why is that important? Because when you stop your run, your metabolism continues to be very high and then slowly comes down, burning more fat over a period of time. So that's basically the run, the 20 minutes that I've done today, as well as a 10-minute fat burning cycle program. So where you pedal and it becomes progressively harder for the resistance on the pedals, and then it releases and becomes less resistance near the end. So that as well. And also I did 3 sets of 5 curls with a 20-gram barbell. And so I did that as well. So why is that important? Because this will massively as well contribute to burning fat. So massively help. If you do any type of exercise, it will massively improve the loss of fat. But just don't overdo it. And as I said, talk to your GP and they will tell you, what's good or not. There was once when I was doing the diet, and I was literally running, doing lots of exercises in the leisure centre. And once I came off and I was quite dizzy, and I realised that I was burning fat quite fast, and my body was having problems, obviously maintaining the energy needed to continue such a fast burning pace for fat. Usually we use carbohydrates for instant rush of blood sugar, and that's where it's the only time it's really of any positive nature, when you need a quick burst of energy. And that's why athletes really definitely need to check as well if they do this diet. Right, so again, premium product, quite nice. Yeah, let's have a sniff test. The aroma, the scent of this lovely bar. Right, hold on. Very interesting. It's got a kind of slightly alcohol smell to it, which is a bit weird, but with also that chocolate chip cookie dough smell. So interesting. Not bad, not fantastic, just neutral. But not bad there. Nothing to be worried about there. This is the bar. Have a look at that. Looks quite yummy, right? Looks like some, cocoa mess there. You've got bits of peanut, I guess, strewn across there. And this should be quite interesting. So we'll check this after I eat this. Let's do the taste test. Mm, mm. Kind of okay. I mean, texture's kind of chewy and fine, like you expect from like maybe a cookie dough. Um, Bit of a weird aftertaste in the mouth. Not my favourite bar so far. Let me try another taste, but with tea. Okay, so not the best, not the worst. I would probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Flavour, texture's fine. 7 out of 10 for sure. Not my favorite, but I would definitely eat it if I had it. Again, I'll put the price and all the information in the bottom there, where to buy it, where to source all these bars, whether you think they're good or not, it's up to you. At the end of the day, I will just tell you how that cat reacted with my ketones. You might, do the test yourself and find out for yourself. I would definitely say, there are other bars that I would definitely prefer over this. And I'd prefer to get, like, for example, a set few and not, go for ones I'm not too keen on. When I have that drink, I really want the one that I really like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this bad boy. And then after this, I will wait 2 to 4 hours and test my ketone level. Don't forget, again, it's a rough indicator. But at the same time, it's going to do a pretty good job at, give you an indicator of how it's impacted on, obviously, your ketone production. So tomorrow, if it does push me out of the diet, I will report that as well. So what I'll do is I'll do a test in about 4 hours, 3 hours, and then possibly I'll do another test in the morning to see. Because if it really is that bad of an impact from the other Quest bar, it did it to me as well, I would assume that these bars are pretty much protein snacks not to be used on a ketogenic diet. But yeah, okay, guys, so stay tuned. To you, I'll be back instantaneously, while for me, it's going to be a few hours. Okay, guys, see you in a sec. Hi guys. Okay, so back. I've done the test, and again, I'm just trace for ketosis, meaning that there's just a trace of ketones. Yes, it's not 100% saying it's ending ketosis. It's still in ketosis, but just trace of them, which could mean again its efficiency. But most likely, what it is the Quest bar has moved me that direction away from ketosis. Now, again, I had that with another Quest bar, and it moved me right out of ketosis. I had 0 ketones. So I'm now very standoffish on Quest products. But the whole idea is I will continue to test them and see if anything occurs, where it shows me that maybe it was something else. But when you're eating pretty much a very low-carb diet, then you can only look at the bar. Okay. So that was the main idea there. If you liked it, please click on like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.